Hey guys, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of how the quizzes work on MyOpenMath. So they're very similar to the homework. The main thing is that they are going to be timed. Usually you'll have more than enough time to complete them. The main reason they're timed is just to make sure that you've done a bit of studying beforehand and you're not just kind of going into the quiz kind of halfway knowing the material. So the idea is that you finish all of the, for example in this case, lesson 1 online homework. If there's anything that you're a little shaky on, you can go back and you can kind of rework those problems until you feel really comfortable. And then when you feel really comfortable, you can go into the lesson 1 quiz. You'll notice there is a time limit, 90 minutes. That should be more than enough time, but just make sure that you give yourself plenty of time, and maybe you're in a nice quiet area without any distractions when you start. So you can go into the quiz. It'll warn you there's a time limit. You can click OK. It's very similar to the homework in that you can kind of jump around. The main difference here is that you're only going to have 3 attempts per problem, and after the 3rd attempt you're kind of done. So let's say if I submit the first time on this one, you can see I did not get this one totally correct, so I can just I can either reattempt last question, or I can go ahead and just look at a summary of my scores, and you'll see that I got this one wrong. But I've got 2 more attempts on it, so I can reattempt the question. So I can go back into this one. This is attempt 2 of 3. Again, I can try this again. This tells me I got partially correct, and then this is going to be my my last attempt. So once I put this in, at this point I'm done. I can't, you'll see the arrow goes away, so I can't actually attempt this problem anymore. You can go in and see the summary of your scores, and I can see I've got one of these correct but not the other. And then you can just go back and finish out the quiz. You will notice that there's a timer counting down right here. Again, if you've done the homework and studied the material, you should be able to get through these relatively quickly. I will let you know that I do go back and check all of the quizzes. I check everybody's answers and give partial credit for things like typos, or sometimes I'll give partial credit if you got a particular answer that was close to the initial answer. So no need to email me about problems where you have typos or anything like that, because I will always go through and look at those. The same thing for the exams. The exams are very, very similar to this, except for the difference will be usually a little bit longer time period. I typically give you 2 hours. The exams are obviously a little longer, like this one has 20 questions. And the difference here is that you're only going to get exactly 1 attempt. So be very sure that you are really concentrating on the question, and that you are sure about your submission, because once you submit this in, that's it. I can't go back and change that one anymore. Alright, so it should be pretty straightforward. So just make sure you check out this video before you start the quiz. If you still have any questions, you can send me an email.